guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun white trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? NCAP24 here from HuddleGG. In today's video, we're going to talk about a specific route that I feel if you have in your playbook, you should really be going ahead and building schemes around it and using the formations that have it because of how powerful it is. Now, the play that I'm going to talk about right here, just so you guys can understand, is this motion spot halfback under. It's this running backs route. And in fact, it's found in 3 different formations in the Jaguars playbook, and that's what I'm showing you here in this video. And it's because we just dropped a game plan on our website from Gabagool that highlights the Jags playbook with several different formations. And as I was doing the labbing with him, he was talking about how he loves this route and utilizes it for man coverage beaters, match coverage beaters, the ability to pull down zones, really something that he feels the route itself just makes it a headache. And I'm going to show you here that it's in the Bunch X Nasty. You see it in this one. Also here in the same formation in the motion cross post, as you can see that route. A couple other formations that he broke down on the website was tight doubles. And you can see how there's a variation of it in the motion cross halfback sneak, where this is a little bit closer to the line of the line than the other one is, but it still has that same type of horizontal path. And lastly, in trips tight end, if you look at here, the China Y post, it has that in as well. So all 3 of these formations he broke down along with a couple others on the site for red zone and the trio off close. But if you guys don't know, Jaguars playbook is probably the most popular out there right now when it comes to the top scene of the MCS. If you guys watched the kickoff challenge, a lot of players were in that formation, that playbook for good reason, right? And so this route is something that Gabagool really did value, and I wanted to make sure that I showed you why in this video. So if you have it in your playbook, or you want to try out the Jags, you kind of have an understanding on why. So let's go ahead and show it to you. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is man coverage. I'm just going to put all these guys on streaks so they don't, mix things up. All I want to do is look at this Y route, okay? Now, what you're going to see is that he stays underneath the line of scrimmage for a long time. So the player that's covering him isn't going to come down on him at like a angle that's going to do like to guard the route right away. It actually waits until he starts getting some elevation up the field. So he doesn't start coming down until he basically passes the right hash mark. So you can either throw this really, really quickly after he passes the right hash mark, or you can wait a little bit longer. I'm going to do it a little bit quickly first right now. Do it right here, catch this ball, and you're going to see how you can catch this on the run and get yourself a ton of yards, right? It's one of those routes that the user just does not want to have to cover himself and doesn't want to have to put extra things on the field to cover it. But, a lot of times he's going to have to because of the way that you can catch this ball on the run and get around for easy 8 to 10 yards, right? And this is simply just going against a cover 1. I can go ahead and do this against, let's say, mid blitz, right? And you're going to have the same type of, situation, move this guy down over here, whatever the case is, then I'll get off of him. And you're going to see I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put everybody on streaks just so you can see it, right? And it's quick enough that you could throw this as soon as somebody's like basically in your face. And even though they went ahead and basically switched off their defenders, you can see how the way that it worked was, they switched it off so that the person on the right was going to come down and cover it. Here, the guy covers it. See how far he is away? When you catch this on the run like this and turn the corner, you just don't lose any momentum because of the angle. Now, you can have a bad pass where you get a bad animation, all that. But if you time it right and get this down, you're going to see how well that's going to do for you. Now, let's talk about how it does against zone coverage, right? I'll just do it this play here, but we'll go into other plays, whatever. But let's go into this play and just talk about, like, say, against cover 3 sky, right? What you're going to see is that route, because it goes down, a lot of times what's going to do is it's going to give you the opportunity to pull down coverage a little bit faster, okay? So whether it's a hard flat or whether it's a curl flat, I'll just show you basically. He's going to get the attention of that player a lot quicker. You can see here, if I go ahead and show it, the player that basically is in the flat, he went ahead and came down a lot quicker on it because of the speed of the route. When it comes over here, you can see how this guy is going to guard him at the line of scrimmage, where if you guys know with other routes, a lot of times he's going to be at the 5-yard mark early. But you can see as soon as he passed up, he comes down quickly, and he comes down and meets him where the numbers are. So this opens up the outside corner so much quicker where you're going to be able to throw it. Like say if they're in hard flats, right? and you want to do a speed out, or speed corner, right? Where you stem it all the way down. What you're going to see is that something on this, let me make sure I'm in cover 3 here. You're going to see that it's going to open up so much quicker for you because of the way that that player does it. You can hit this ball, throw out really quickly. Unfortunately, we got that bat down, but you can see that that guy is going to get open based upon the way that this guy comes down really quickly on the cover 3. And he comes right here, and it's going to open that up because of the way that the angle is. Now, let me show you some other plays so you can understand kind of other things that you can do with it. So let's go to the tight doubles one. So this one here, I mean, I could do the same thing that we did before, where we go ahead and show against man coverage and all that type of stuff. Where I just put these guys on streaks just to make sure that we're not really talking about it. This one here, I find a lot as well, where he's going to go up a step and then he's going to go to the outside. It's going to be the same type thing. Once he gets out there, you see how he's got that ability to have that leverage around the field. Now, this is Diablo on a Falcons theme team. I mean, he's got, I think, 88 speed. Like, this is one of the fastest guys you're going to face against, right? And you're going to see, again, once he goes over here, gets man coverage, once he kind of breaks out of it, you get these guys knocking these balls down. It's crazy. You can see how he has that angle across the field, right? So I want to make sure that you see this again here. Guy moves over here, and you can see how it goes over here. And now you have that ability to get around the corner because of the way that the speed burst was, right? And it's just the timing of it. Now, the last play I want to show you here is the China wide post out of trips tight end. The reason why I like this one so much is that when you face these guys that are playing cover 2 man, right? One of the best things you could do against cover 2 man is empty out the backfield because he's never going to get pressed, right? So if you go ahead and we go to, say, down 1-4-6, we go to cover 2 man here, and we press it down, right? This is how you're going to see a lot of people run it. When we take this route and we move him to the outside, you're going to see how the guy's not going to get pressed. That running back's not pressed. I'm not going to change anything on this play. I'm just going to run it so you guys can see it. The idea behind being cover 2 man is always have 2 routes that can win, right? If we can get the user to have to cover one of them, then you just pick the other one and you're really good to go, right? Well, this is one of those routes where the user is going to have to cover. Because watch how this RB goes. You can see how he gets across the field. Nobody's ever going to cover him. And it's going to be one of the easiest routes to hit because of the way that when you play against cover 2 man, which is an underneath coverage, but because he's not going to get pressed, you're going to have this ability to get across the field using this route. So any of these plays that you've got this route that you can go ahead and use when it comes to motioning them to outside, you're going to want to do so because of how successful that route is against some of those coverages you just don't want to go against, right? And that's why I wanted to kind of show you basically this route, because it is something that you can have a lot of success with. And if you guys are interested in checking out a little bit more of the game plan, check it out on our website. It's the Jags game plan by Gabagool. This route, like I said, is found in 3 different formations and really have a lot of success using it. It's going to be found in other playbooks as well if you guys are interested in just kind of using it for your own self as well. I know we have it in the Giants game plan in what we did last year out of the trips off nasty, so it is in some different things in that case. But the more you know about how to use a route and why it's so successful is something that we want to teach the whys behind. And appreciate you guys checking out this video. And if you have any questions or need any more help, please let us know in the comments. Well, guys, check you out on the next video.